Hey, good day. Welcome to another episode of Rob Report. I'm your host, Robert Bob TV Brown. I had to come off the video camera because, again, this freaking computer of mine is acting up. So I'm going to have to do this segment without my pretty face up there. All right. So before we get started, I want you to hit the like button, share it on social media. Make sure you subscribe because these numbnuts that subscribe, you don't know how many times you might subscribe. They still unsubscribe you. And hit the notification bell. There's going to be a drop spot on that notification bell, and it's going to show you no alerts, some alerts, and all alerts. Click to all alerts. That way when a video drop, whoop, there it is, because I always do a Rob Report on the go, on the spur of the moment. And last but not least, please, if you can, support the channel. We take all financial donation. We appreciate your financial support. Any amount is welcome. All donations can be made directly to paypal.me/BobTVNYC, all caps. PayPal.me/BobTVNYC, all caps. Excuse me. And we're on the 25 by 25 by 25. My goal was to get 25 people to donate $25 within a 25-hour period, and I was going to do a marathon, and I'm telling you, I'm trying. I'm tired. I've been pumping out content left and right. I think I did maybe about 10 segments of the Rob Report in 24 hours. And it's tiring, but it's for a good cause. I got some personal things I need to do here at the studio that I do the broadcast in. Plus, I want to get some upgrades done on my desktop because I got a nice, beautiful 4K camera that goes 60 frames per second, but I can't utilize it on this laptop. It only can be run on an i7 or i9 computer, and I'm going to upgrade that computer at least an i7. If not an i9, and that way I can get back to doing the live broadcasts and whatever. All right, so let's get started. How you guys doing today? Good. All right, so again, we're going to get into a new segment today, a new story today, and trying to figure out where I'm at. Okay, here we go. All right. Here we go. Mike Nasty. We're going to talk about Mike Nasty today. Mike, the freak nasty Bloomberg. The fellas call him Mike Nasty. Yeah, Mike Bloomberg has a whole lot amount of investigations and allegations concerning sexual harassment. And we're going to go through a couple reports today and talk about these. It's important because people are falling for the commercial ads. See, when you spending billions of dollars of your money and you kissing all this black behind, Mike Bloomberg spent a lot of money with black advertisers, and black advertisers are excited about that money, but they don't know the devil behind that money. And right now, Mike Bloomberg is using black advertisers to tell a vision of who he ain't. That's right. I said ain't, isn't. He wants you to think that he's the successful stellar mayor that led New York into a progressive era where everybody loved everybody, and that's not true. That man was against everything from a livable wage. He was trying to fingerprint blacks and Latinos to see if they're really living in the house. They might be living in somebody else's house. We need to put fingerprints on Social Security card. All kind of bull crap. And we're going to go a little bit more into some of those areas and talk about these things. But right now, I want to talk about Mike Nasty. See, Trump is a demagogue. Trump is and I believe Trump is a racist. Trump has done racist things. You Trump nut huggers, you mega guys, you don't want to believe that, but it is true. He's a misogynist. And I'm not talking about, I didn't say a massage therapist. He's a misogynist. And he has went overboard with his aggression with women. Now, don't get me wrong. There are a lot of women who wouldn't mind getting with Donald Trump because you got a lot of gold diggers out here, and they'll sleep with anybody to get the gold. and to each his own. But then you got some men that think, hey, I done been with all these gold diggers. All women want is my money. So look, I just grab them by P, and they can't. And I can't wait. And that whole part of that particular video of Donald Trump, that tape of Donald Trump talking about what he do to these women. And he talked about this one woman who got a breast job, boob job, as he would say, and he tried to move on her like a bee. He said, I tried to move on her like a bitch. Yeah, that's your president. And that's why a lot of people like Trump. See, a lot of black men love Clinton because Clinton smoked weed. He said he inhaled, but man, get out of here with that mess. He smoked weed. He liked black women, and he's alleged to have a child that's black. I know the child myself. Shout out to Danny Williams, son of Bill Clinton, whose mama at one time was prostituting in that area, and Bill has a history of him and troopers picking up black prostitutes and having a good time. So, and I did a Danny Williams story a long time ago. Danny Williams' mama tried to approach Clinton and talk to Clinton, and Hillary Clinton did whatever she could to try to get that lady knocked out the way. You know, she hurt her foot and had to get a plate in her foot because of what was alleged done when she tried to go to the governor's mansion. But that's another story. Trump always been the typical New York playboy. Likes to party, likes to have fun, spend money, champagne, live it up. The New York typical playboy real estate mogul, that was Donald Trump. He wasn't Republican or Democrat, he was himself. And he catered to Republican Democrats, he never took sides. His money went to both sides. He was friend with all of them. He was friends with the upper echelon, including Mike Bloomberg. And the Democratic Party actually appalled, talking about he's filthy mouth, and he's a misogynist and he's a sexist. You got people like Hillary Clinton up there. You got people, I'm like, what do you think your husband is? Then you got Michelle Obama, who actually said stuff like that. But yet here's Bloomberg, who comes on the stage, I think, right after Michelle Obama at the convention, and they don't say nothing about what this guy is. When there's over 60 women who filed complaints against Bloomberg. I keep telling you, Bloomberg is Trump. He's just a beta version of Trump. Trump is an alpha version. He's a beta version. He's a little timid. He's not outspoken and brash like Donald Trump. He's Mini Mike. That's Donald Trump's friend. Google Mike Bloomberg and Donald Trump. You'll see all kinds of pictures of him and Donald Trump hanging out, spending money, participating in all these foundations, going to these bourgeois fair, high society dinners and eating caviar and champagne, while you, they say they're going to do all this stuff for you, and they never did nothing for you in the past. So what make you think they're going to do something for you in the future? You gauge whether somebody will really do something for you based on their actions in the past. What have Bloomberg done for you, black people? What have Bloomberg done for people in general? The same thing Donald Trump has done for you, black people. Not a god doggone thing. But we're going to go into this report. Give me a moment. Mike Nasty, boy. I'm telling you, Mike Nasty is in the house. Mike Nasty in the house. Let's take a look at this. A new report raises more questions about Bloomberg's alleged sexism and sexual harassment. Bloomberg faced these questions. So not only do he have to face the questions of his blatant racism when it comes to policing, when it comes to housing, when it comes to fingerprinting people, trying to get information on them, forcing them to do that. Now we got allegations of sexual harassments. Bloomberg talking about if we fingerprint you and you ain't fitting the bill here in New York, we're going to put you in detainers. We're going to detain you too and arrest you too. Sound kind of Trumpish, right? As presidential candidate, the former, look at this picture. That's a creepy picture of Mike Bloomberg, boy. I don't know if that dude look creepy. But nah, you know, that's Mike Nasty, man. Come on, man. Mike Nasty. As presidential candidate and former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg has risen in the Democratic primary polls, he's currently in third place nationally according to Real Clear Politics polling average. He's faced increasing scrutiny about his past. In particular, Bloomberg has been challenged about allegations of sexism and sexual harassment in the workplace and has been questioned about a number of lawsuits filed against him and his eponymous, big words, man, company regarding those issues. On Saturday, a new investigative reporter from the Washington Post, Michael Cranish, once again surfaced those concerns. Drawn from a previous unreleased court document, depositions, and interview with witnesses, Cranish reporting details vulgar and misogynistic comments Bloomberg allegedly made toward women. The report also featured a former employee who says he heard one of the most notorious accusations against Bloomberg himself, that the former mayor once told a pregnant subordinate to kill her unborn child. Bloomberg has denied saying this. Well, the lady filed a report saying he said this, and there were people that overheard this. Now, had it been a black man who talked to women like that, if it was Obama or somebody else, they would be going slam off over him. If it was Trump, they would be going slam off over him. And you know this thing, what they're talking about now, this whataboutism? You know, I get tired of people in this whataboutism. It's not called whataboutism. It's called two wrongs don't make a right. Why you get to do it and that person don't get to do it? Wrong is wrong, right is right. If he's able to do it and you think it's right, then that person is able to do it. You know, the same thing with when I talked about Hunter Biden and how Joe Biden had the prosecutor fired. He admitted to it. Hold on a second, guys. All right, I'm back. So, where was I? So when you mentioned that, and he admitted to it on video with the Foreign Relations Affairs Committee, and you got it on video, and he said it worked. The threat of holding the money back worked. And then when Trump do it, oh, it's a crime, but it's not a crime when Joe Biden do it. No, both of them was wrong. Both of them was wrong. All right, so let me continue to go through this thing. Whataboutism is an excuse for not calling the shots. Whataboutism is actually an excuse for taking sides. So when somebody say, spare me with this whataboutism, you said, you do realize whataboutism is actually you want to take a side on one person's side and not the other. It's not about whataboutism. It's about making two wrongs right. Anyway, in a week when Bloomberg was accused of being a racist due to a resurfaced comment, whoever this writer is, it ain't no accusation. Bloomberg is a racist. He developed racist policies. He enforced racist policies. The orders came from the mayor's office to the Chief Kelly, to his department heads, and we even have police officers said they were sick and tired of the mess. You got this thing called the NYPD 12. I showed you videos of police officers saying, I'm fed up with this mess. I'm not doing this mess. I'm not targeting my people just to get a quota. I'm not looking to get something on my people. Let's continue to go. So he got in some trouble with the resurfaced tapes. I have it, and we're going to be talking more about that because these tapes need to get out. People need to be educated on what they're voting for before they vote for it. If you want to vote for it, fine, but at least get educated on what you're voting for because when things go south, you're going to remember that Bob TV, shared this information with you. I don't tell you who to vote for or how to vote. And my number one thing is getting you not to be a slut voter, getting you educated on the person that you're about to vote for. And then you make your decision. If you choose to still vote for them anyway, that's fine. At least you got the full knowledge. You can't say, well, I didn't know. Bloomberg allegedly made that are startlingly degrading to African Americans, the comments that he made. One lawsuit claimed Bloomberg once advised an employee to find someone black who doesn't have to speak English to work as her nanny. I want to read that again. Matter of fact, I'm going to read the whole thing. Not only is he accused of being a racist, and he is, but derogatory statements toward a pregnant woman. He told a pregnant woman to go kill her unborn child. If you can't get no more horrible than that, if Donald Trump was to tell a pregnant woman to kill their unborn child, you'll be ready to go slam off. But it's okay to have this man running your party who told a woman to go kill her unborn child, allegedly. It continues to say, in a week in which Bloomberg was accused of being a racist due to resurfacing comments about stop and frisk program he once championed. He didn't just champion, he took it to another level and perfected it. It originally came from Mayor Rudy Giuliani. Mayor Dinkins didn't even want to have nothing to do with that stop and frisk. Cranish's work also highlighted comments Bloomberg allegedly made that are startling, degrading to African Americans. One lawsuit claims Bloomberg once advised an employee to find someone black who don't speak English or doesn't have to speak English to work as a nanny for her. Most of the accusations are from a decade ago, so you say. Do you realize 10 years isn't that far? 10 years is not a long time. When Bloomberg worked at a financial information service company he founded, and that made him a billionaire. But they've become newly relevant as he has begun to surge in national polls and emerge as a real contender for the nomination, particularly if he performs well on Super Tuesday, a day when a third of primary national delegates will be up for grabs across 16 contests. The allegations contained in the Post reporting, many of which Bloomberg has denied, are likely to join a list of concerns that have been raised by both his progressive rivals and some Democratic voters about his personal and political history. These critics claimed his past stance on stop and frisk and his unprecedented use of wealth to buy name recognition and the allegation he faced about his treatment of women mean that he is fundamentally out of touch with the Democratic Party. All right, so anybody who questioned him is considered a critic. I guess you want to say we're going around criticizing him. So now when we question a politician on their history and their records, it's considered criticism. We're criticizing them. Well, whatever you want to call it. It's called calling you out on your history and your past, present. These allegations could also intensify calls for Bloomberg to release former employees from non-disclosure agreements made regarding the lawsuit, something Massachusetts Senator Warren called for in December. Whether these concerns are shared by the moderate voters from Bloomberg is targeting with his campaign is an open question, however. I'm trying to hold my tongue while I get through this. Bloomberg has been accused of some of the most shocking behavior toward women. Much of what the Post lays out in its investigation of Bloomberg inappropriate conduct has been reported on before, but there are some critical new details. Sakiko Sakai Garrison, a top saleswoman who worked for Bloomberg in his business information firm, sued him and his company in the 90s for workplace discrimination. The Post published some of the details of the complaint mentioned in the lawsuits. On April 11, 1995, at approximately 11:20 a.m., Bloomberg was having a photograph taken with two female company salespeople and a group of NYU Business School students in the company's snack area. When Bloomberg noticed Garrison standing nearby, he asked, "Why didn't they ask you to be in the picture?" "I guess they saw your face." This guy. Continuing his pinch chant for ridiculing recently married women in his employ, Bloomberg asks a plaintiff, "How's married life?" He said, "You're married." Plaintiff responded that her marriage was great and was going to get better in a few months, and she was pregnant, and the baby was due the following September. He responded to her, "Kill it." He responded to her, "Kill it." Obviously, this guy is not a fan of kids. Plaintiff asked Bloomberg to repeat himself. I should probably say, "I beg your pardon." And again, he said, "Kill it," and muttered, "Great, number 16. Suggesting to the plaintiff his unhappiness that 16 women in the company had maternity-related status. Then he walked away. Bloomberg has denied accusation that he told her to kill the unborn child under oath, and he reached a confidential settlement with Garrison. And see, that's the problem with most of these lawsuits. These people want to sue him, but his money is so long that he can have them tied up so long in court. They don't have the money that he have. They don't have the defense that he have. And when you wealthy and you got money a mile long, you'll be able to cave in. And you don't want to cave in without getting something in return for what this guy did to you. So 9 times out of 10, you settle and hope he give you a good settlement. But knowing this cheap God forgive me, he'd probably say, "Take $10,000 and shut your mouth, or I'm going to have you tied up in court that you'll be in debt messing with me. And I ain't even got to show up. My attorneys will handle you." But that's how these rich, wealthy billionaires do. They can do all kind of horrible stuff to you, call you all kind of names, smack you around a couple of times. You try to sue them, and it end up hurting you more than it hurt him because he got money a mile long. He got a lawyer on a retainer. Matter of fact, he got a lawyer on his staff. You got to find one, and you got to hope he's cheap. And usually if he's cheap, then your case is going to be cheap. That's why I'm a member of Legal Shield, where I get access to an attorney and I get a certain amount of hours without coming out of my pocket. Let's keep going. The Post interviewed former Bloomberg employee David Zellenzinger, who said that he personally witnessed the conversation. Zellenzinger not only confirmed that he heard it, he said it was typical. He talked kind of cruelly about women all the time, he told the Post. "You know, I never really seen Mike Bloomberg with a woman. Do he have a wife? Do he got a girlfriend? Do he got kids? Hit me in the comments section. Give me a picture of son. Because that guy's kind of creepy, man. He's kind of creepy." The Post also obtained and published a notorious booklet compiled by a Bloomberg employee that allegedly contains some of the most degrading and profound comments around the workplace, entitled "The Wit and Wisdom of Michael Bloomberg." The 32-page booklet contained crude boasts and jokes such as the claim that his famous computer system will do everything, including give you oral sex. I guess that puts a lot of you girls out of business. This guy, man, I'm telling you, Mike Nasty. He is Mike Nasty. That's my new name for him, Mike Nasty. I got a computer that give blowjobs, so I don't need you no more. In 2001, Bloomberg spokesman admitted that the booklet contains some of the things that he might have said. And Bloomberg has apologized to the people offended by the booklet. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not, but I just need to say it. But what's striking is that the Bloomberg campaign today takes the stance that he never said anything in that booklet. Mike Nasty simply did not say the things somebody wrote in that gag gift. Bloomberg spokesman Stu Loser told the Post, a loser. How do you know the man didn't say that? How long you been with him, Stu Loser? Loser also added a general blanket statement about Bloomberg past remarks that have stirred controversy. Mike openly admitted that his words have not always aligned with his values, and the way he has led his life and some of what he has said is disrespectful and wrong. It's worth noting the lack of specificity, I can't say it, get tongue-tied. So I got a friend of mine, he's a millionaire, he can't even say world. Of the statement given the numbers of accusation made against Bloomberg, and the fact that it is not an apology for his past behavior. The Bloomberg campaign did not respond to the request for comments from Vox, of course. In Saturday's tweet that seems to address the Post article, however, Bloomberg wrote, "I would not be where I am today without the talented women around me." Oh, there you go, just taking some butter and trying to spread it on the biscuit. Get out of here, man. He showed trying to make amends for his past. I've depended on their leadership, their advice, and their contribution. And as I've demonstrated throughout my career, I will always be a champion for women in the workplace. Garrison's complaint also reportedly contains some allegation Bloomberg made racist remarks while at the office, including a remark about finding some blacks to serve as a nanny, and that the former mayor referring to Mexican clients as jumping beans. And this is the guy that black people want to rally around to try to defeat Trump, all because he's a billionaire. He could be a billionaire and get his butt beat. Trump knows that man probably more than anybody. Him and Trump is buddies, bosom buddies, been buddies for a long time, even during this time where we have these allegations. Probably something him and Trump talked about on the phone, because both of them are filthy McNasties. He D nasty and this Mike nasty. Guys ought to have their own sitcom. In a Saturday tweet, Bloomberg faces increased scrutiny on many fronts. Bloomberg behavior toward women is only one of the many fronts on which he's facing questions over whether it's appropriate for him to seek the Democratic national nomination. He shouldn't be seeking it. He buying his way into it. He's not even really a Democrat. At least Bernie Sanders caucus with the Democrats. I can at least give him that. He hasn't done nothing but bougie with them. He also, as the New Yorker Times, Alexander Burns and Nicholas Kulish and Lazaro Gamio and Carl Russell have reported faced questions about the appropriateness of his charitable and political contributions and the influence those gifts has given him. Those reporters noted Bloomberg political and philanthropic spending has also secured the allegiance of corporations of powerful institutions and leaders within the Democratic Party who might take issue with the part of his records were they not so reliant on his largesse. In other words, I mean, he gives to a lot of foundations. He gives a lot to, how you think he got all these mayors on his side? 100 mayors. Money. I'll donate to your university. I'll donate to your church. In exchange, I need you to give me an endorsement. And it should be illegal. But it's not illegal if you're giving it as a donation to something that you as an individual are not tied to. If it was directly money in your pocket for your endorsement, that's something different. But to a foundational organization, and a lot of businesses, rich people do that to try to skate around from paying taxes, paying their fair share, and doing pretty much borderline illegal stuff. I can't put the money in your pocket, but if you got a foundation, I'll donate to your foundation. Give me that endorsement, bro. And in recent days, the candidate has had to defend himself against allegations that he's racist, following a progressive podcaster resurfacing a 2015 speech. 2015. You realize 2015 was 5 years ago, not that long. Bloomberg gave the speech defending New York Stops and Frisk program, which was declared unconstitutional in 2013, in which he said 95% of your murderers, and murder victims fit one MO. You could just take this description. Excuse me, it pisses me off every time I see this. You could take the description, Xerox it, and pass it out to all the cops. They're male minorities, 16 to 25. Now, he really, according to the NYPD 12, they say in particular, blacks and Latinos, 16 to 25. So this man is actually giving the order from the mayor's office to the chief of police down the line to target your children, 16, 17, 18, young black men and women, Latino men and women, to target them. You could just take the description of them, blacks and Latinos, 16 to 25, that's who you go after. If that ain't a war on black and brown people, and yeah, I'm saying black and brown people because it's not just black people, not here in New York. They treat brown people just as bad as they treat black people here in New York. They don't treat no Puerto Ricans no different than black people. They crap on them, piss on them, and treat them like trash too. But that's New York. A clip of that speech went viral and led to Bloomberg's "is a racist" hashtag trending for much of the day Tuesday. And it's going to continue to trend because I'm going to be pushing that too because he is a racist. Bloomberg has apologized for supporting the program in recent months and did so again Thursday. What? So, and? We just move on because he apologized, right? Damages has been done. He's not trying to fix the damages. No, if he was interested in fixing damages, instead of spending that money to try to dupe black people into voting for him, he would have took that money and put it into the black community and give them a reason to vote for him, a real reason. But he too bougie to do that. No, I'm not giving you my money. I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I'm electable, and you're going to choose me because you don't like my good buddy Trump, who I'm probably going to have dinner with in the White House in the next couple of 90 days, but I'm going to go through the back door where nobody can see me. The effectiveness of the apologies and what, if any, damage to Bloomberg's campaign these controversies are inflicting remains to be seen. Well, we're going to be at it, news reporter Vox. We're going to be at him tooth and toenail, hit him back and forth like a hammer until he's out the race. And we're going to hit him some more when he's out the race. This guy is not going to go far, and we're going to keep hitting him with these facts. And as my man Tim Black say, sprinkle facts on them and get out of there. I'm sprinkling facts, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. I'm sending stuff to all my black brothers and sisters so they can hear the man for himself. This racist son of a gun himself. Many of the concerns about the former mayor appears to come from progressive candidates, like Warren called for Bloomberg to release those bound by NDAs. What's wrong with that? You running for office, and you claim that you're going to represent the people. You do realize some of those people that you're going to be the president of are the people who you just crapped on? Yeah, they need to release that information. It need to get out to the public. The public need to know how you treat your employees. So if you're going to treat your employees like that, how you think you're going to treat the people in the country? And I'm telling you, people, he's not going to do too much for you as president because he haven't done too much for anybody other than the ultra wealthy in New York. He got a plan, so-called Black Initiative. Where was the Black Initiative? Since you claim to be, I was a mayor of a multicultural, melting pot society. How come you didn't have a Black Initiative before you ran, but now you have one? Folks, don't be fooled by this. Many of the concerns about the former mayor. He also said Sanders surrogate Sean King, critic of Bloomberg on race, sex, and religion. I don't think Sean King is a Sanders surrogate. He just supports Sanders, but I don't think he's official surrogate of Sanders. Critiques Bloomberg on race, sex, and religion, and he should. It is clear that moderate voters share these concerns, particularly given Bloomberg poll numbers, meaning the candidate's moment of truth is likely to come on Super Tuesday. Even if he do good on Super Tuesday, we coming after that guy. We're coming after him. Excuse me, guys. But that's it, man. We're gonna talk about this a little bit, and then we're out of here again. So the bottom line is, this guy is not only racist, he's a misogynist. He is Trump. He's a beta lightweight version of Donald Trump. He's a cold, calculated serial killer type Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the thug type, go straight up to you and rob you in your face. This guy's the type of person that he's going to sit there and invite you over to his house for dinner, and you're having a good time with this guy, and then all of a sudden, you're going to just pass out, and you're going to find yourself in that basement with this dude with no windows, and you're going to be chained up, and there's going to be a bunch of pigs that's going to be nibbling on you because they're hungry, because he likes to sit in the chair and see people get tortured. That's how I see this guy. This guy is a creep to me. He's a germaphobe. Shout out to my germaphobes out there, but let you be black and you touch him. When he kissed that baby, he was like, ew. I better not show it though, but ew. He don't want to hug no black people. I mean, believe me, if he want to hug, you see him hug some black people, let me see it. I mean, talking about long time hug. And believe me, if he do, he ain't wearing that suit no more. That suit is going in an incinerator, not the trash. It's going in an incinerator. He gonna burn it. And he gonna go take a bath in nothing but antibacterial soap. Oh my God, he gonna be saying, "Oh God, oh, get this black stuff off me. Oh God, God, oh that Mexican, oh Mexican, oh I got taco sauce on my hand. Oh God, oh I got chicken grease. Oh you racist mother." All right, I'm Rob Brown with the Rob Report. Like, share. Please, people, get this information out to people. People need to know about this guy. They need to know about the truth about this guy. How horrible he is to workers. How horrible he has been with women. And, you know, there's no real change in this guy. He's just doing what he's doing to run for office. And the problem with we as black people, we give people second chances oftentimes. But when you see the guy habitually on purpose attack your community on a level, local level, in one of the biggest cities in the entire world, what do you think he's going to do as president of the United States? Yeah, everybody talking about, he's trying to take his health care away from you. No, I'm worried about this guy trying to take my big gulp away from me. I love me some big gulps. This guy actually tried to take big gulps away from regular people, trying to tax people over big gulp. Dude is nuts, man. Anyway, my name is Robert Brown. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join our 25 by 25 elite membership club. These are the people who are going to help me build this channel financially. I mean, I'm not taking it from no regular people. I bet not have no news company come give me no check or nothing like that, offer me my own show. I mean, it to each his own. I mean, if you want your own show and you able to have creative control and they can't tell you what to say, go for it. I'm for that. But I'm not going to have somebody come in and finance me and tell me I can't say nothing. If you're going to do that, you can take your $25 and go in the bathroom and wipe your butt with it. But I'm looking for somebody who's going to ride or die with this Ride Report thing. But this first phase is just to get a couple things upgraded. It's not a monthly contribution. It's a one-time contribution of $25. or more. Now, the brigade, which is the monthly contribution, that's going to start at $5 or more. But I am looking for that remnant that can donate 25 or more on a monthly basis. I mean, that's that high grade person that has the ability to pay $25 a month, who, you know, can actually be hard partners in this thing, real deal partnership. Partnership is good when you want to expand and grow. And I'm looking for those 25 people who are willing to partner with the Bob TV network to help us get out on the field, help us travel out in the field, and make sure we have at least decent enough equipment. Having 25 people giving $25 a month, that's only $500 a month. That's not going to give me an elaborate studio. It's going to give me the ability to fix up where we do this right now and do it on another level. But number one thing is get us the ability to go out into the community and have sessions with the people out there on the streets. So thank you for your donation. We got about a few more hours in this 25 by 25, and hopefully I can get at least, I want 25, but I'm not giving up. Hopefully we can get close to that number. I'm Robert Brown with the Rob Report. I'll holler at you later. Peace.